Me! This is me from the past! Listen to me!
So what we've done here is we've decided to get into another solo session of D&D. Tom, we haven't talked much about Omegang as a university. We've talked
Oh, my God,
plenty,
it's a university.
or a mage academy or whatever the fuck it is. Or is it literally a brewery and you just teach people out of the back?
No, it's a state school.
It's a state school. Okay.
Yeah, go Thessal Hydras.
Okay. Um, I have given you a name of the individual that you are searching for, hunting for, chasing down, exacting, their half of the group project from. I'm not 100% sure what went so wrong.
You gave me a great name, and I loved
Yeah.
it.
Dravakus or Dravakus, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Zahn.
Dravakus.
Yeah, Dravakus Zahn is the name
Dr.
of. Yeah, Dr. Zahn.
Dr. Zahn. Or no, he's not a doctor. He was one of my graduate students. One of
Okay.
my lab assistants. And he stole dangerous research. He stole my notes, my research notes, and he's used that knowledge to enhance his own spellcasting and profit himself at the expense of others by doing wizard crimes.
Various and illegal wizard crimes.
Extremely illegal wizard crimes.
Okay. So describe for us, if you can, a little bit about
Yeah.
Professor Alberforce, if I'm saying that right.
Alberforce, yeah. There's a B in there, right?
Yeah, Alberforce.
Alberforce, yeah, there we go.
Alberforce.
Alberforce he's an older man, a man of indeterminate age, but great vigor. He's lively, energetic, kind of reedy. Um, he's a big believer in wizarding, not just as like the pursuit of magical power, but also as like a culture with a discipline with history and traditions that should be respected. He's that's why a lot of the younger kids, they don't like the hat, but the hat's important. The hat's classic. It says I'm the real deal. It's a sign.
The hat stays.
The hat stays.
Okay.
The hat stays on.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So you have taken it upon yourself to exact your research notes and basically bring to punishment one Dravakus Zahn, right?
Yeah. Basically, he stole some of my material. He's, maybe a little bit smarter, but certainly quite a bit more devious than I. So he was able to make copies of all of my secret research notes and abscond with them and disappear. And now he's off wreaking havoc through the countryside, enriching himself at the expense of others, which is not at all in keeping with the fine traditions of our university. And it's against the bylaws.
Yeah, very specifically, I might add.
However, we put up postings in the local adventuring boards. We hung up, posters. We stationed in all the local taverns. Mm-hmm. God, I have drunk so many shitty tavern beers waiting for 3 to 5 daring young manslayers to come on by. And then you can start getting into rates and 5%, 10% funeral expenses, timelines. These guys are they're very poor. A lot of them just did not have their resumes, really needed a lot of work. The reviews were bad. I saw a lot of 1 and 2 star reviews on these clones. So
we'll just jump right into the politics because just the depressing dystopian future that is, Army and Navy and Air Force recruiters just sitting posted up in cafeterias, baiting kids in with carabiners and flyers, right?
The carabiner budget.
What is, because they'll put up a rock wall and see who can climb it. Yeah. So what is the rock wall equivalent of the Omegang recruiter's office?
It's like a big mason jar, and we sort of teach you a little thing where you can make a little magical light turn on the mason jar if you've got the stuff.
Ah,
So you can
okay,
like
okay.
conjure a little light, which is very exciting for these mud eaters.
Okay. Yeah,
Not
I
that
love it. I love it. So then am I to understand that the only person that has actually passed this test, or at least got past the test and got a good review and also agreed upon your rates is Wilbur?
Yeah, he basically agreed to do it for free, which considering the budget was starting to run low, these guys extortionate the rates some of these adventurers charge, just fucking extortionate. So it seems like it's going to be, and I suppose this is fair because he was my graduate student. I should be the one to go wrangle him in. But we got our dear buddy Wilbur here who agreed. Dear, sweet, beautiful Wilbur who agreed to help me with my bags and stuff in exchange for a little crash course, a little bit of the old 101. You know, not like we're like a cool professor. We're
Hmm.
out there, we're learning magic in the street,
Yeah, street
bringing
magic.
it,
Oh,
bringing it to people.
we can definitely do something with street magic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
So
plenty.
I've taught him a couple spells. He knows light and mage hand. Pretty simple. Like I got him to lift. He lifted a coin. Oh man. People think that they love the like light in the jar, and people do. But man, as soon as someone lifts their first coin, that's when you're like, oh yeah, that's what I
Hooked.
live for.
Hooked.
Yeah, hooked. You get someone lifting coins on the other side of the table. Oh man, that's the ball game. Yeah, that kid, he's dumb as a pile of stones, but he'll, you know, that's how you can sort of tell, right? When someone's like, "Ooh, man, this guy's got it," because you lift that first coin, and some people are like, "Oh, neat," but then some people are like, "Yo, I just
I
holy."
moved a coin.
Yo. So he knows that, and then I taught him jump. I thought just because I thought it was funny.
Right, we haven't actually seen it useful in practice yet, but then that's
What are you
also
talking about? What are you talking about? Jump's a very useful spell.
sure. All right,
Like
Alberforce.
lifting a coin, but yourself, but harder. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. It does add up.
Mhm.
I see the progression here. Pretty
Yeah.
soon we'll get to fly. That's in like 12 years. You have like quite a few contacts at at like Alma Gang, right? Like
Yeah.
certainly there's a lot of people kind of floating around.
Oh yeah.
You might have a lot of friends, and I'm happy for you to kind of introduce NPCs like as we need them and everything. But I'm just going to tell you about the two that I needed to worry about, which was Old Money Branch in the bursar's office, because he's basically the one
Yeah.
that's you're accountable to him. He's theoretically accountable to your mission here. So lots of late nights over the parchment and the paper, kind of going back and forth on what we can make happen.
Yeah, the university has had to shell out a fair bit in remunerations and damages on account of Zahn's many crimes.
Right, many heinous wizard crimes.
Yeah, we're kind of in the doghouse a little bit.
Yeah. So he'll be happy to see that like kind of finish up. Alternatively, think that she'd be another professor, but her specialty is actually like translations, like moving
Okay.
things from different languages. And her name is Gloria, and she's a good friend of yours who also like kind of has her finger on the pulse of like the strange things that happen in the world, right? Like by virtue of having so much kind of knowledge and information come through her that she tends to keep a lot of it for herself.
Hmm.
So just
Okay.
on the off chance you need something from either one of them, you've got a Money Branch and a Gloria.
Go right. Gloria for intel and Money Branch for stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
So between the two of them, your fellow professors, right, your adjuncts and the corporate board of donors that fund Oma Gang, someone
Yeah.
has to fix this problem of boy,
Yeah.
I almost slipped. Dravakus Zahn, and you're gonna do it along with the help of Wilbur. And there are just complaints coming in from every single direction. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of the two that you have right now that you can solve. And theoretically, you can go solve both, right? It's just picking which one you want to aim at first.
Yeah.
So there's a complaint coming out of the town of Calnus, which is to your south.
Yeah.
And that is basically just there is a watchmaker there by the name of E. Chesterfield, who's just reported that like something has gone terribly wrong And that is all the details you've gotten, right? High alert, lots of danger, something's gone terribly wrong. Watchmaker E.E. Chesterfield.
Okay.
There is also a complaint coming from Visoka, which is to your west, and that is they've had a lot of rain. They've had a lot of rain, too much rain, in fact, and they need someone to fix that.
Rain.
Too much rain. Yep.
All right. Well,
and that one's actually a little lower priority, but both of them have confirmed Zahn sightings. I guess is the way we're gonna frame this.
Yeah, I should have known that guy was probably up to no good when I hired him. Yeah. I don't want to be prejudiced, but he does have that eye scar. Which really should have tipped me off.
He looks just a tiny little bit menacing, right?
He had the white hair. He had all of his teeth sharpened. I think that maybe I should have clued in when I saw that he kept using alter self to every morning, just alter self. I want shark teeth. I thought it was just because he just liked tough food. He just ate a lot of raw meat.
Right, yeah, he was into the tartar.
Yeah, shit. Damn it. All right. Let's check out Mr. the watchmaker. What was his name again?
That was E.E. Chesterfield. Specifically, it is Egon Eon Chesterfield.
Oh, it's funny because he makes watches.
You get it. Okay, so you're going to head to Calmus and kind of check out the Chesterfield watch shop.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.